Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please let me introduce myself. My name is Giovaldi Dwidenaldi. Um, okay, here I will discuss a little about Araby by James Joyce, read by a Porty channel. The narrator, an unnamed boy, described the North Dublin street on which his house is located. He thinks about the priest who died in the house before his family moved the and in and the game that he and his friends played in the street. Um, he recalled how they would run through the back lanes of the house and hide in the shadow when they reached the street again, hoping to avoid people in the neighborhood, particularly the boy's uncle or the sister of his friend Mangan. The sister often comes to the front of their house to call the brother, a moment that our narrator suffers. Every day begins for this narrator with such glimpse of Megan's sister. He places himself in the front room of the house so he can see her live her house, and then he uses out to walk behind her quiet until finally by pacing her. The narrator and Megan's sister talk little, but she is always in his talk, talk in his talk. He thinks about here when he accompanies his own to do food some shopping on Saturday evening in the busy marketplace, and when he sits in the back room of his house alone. The narrator is infatuation is so intense that he fears he will never gather the courage to speak with the girl and express his feelings. Um, in Araby, the allure of new love and distant place mingles with the familiarity of everyday drudgery with frustrating consequence. Megan's sister embodies these minglings. Since she is part of the familiar surrounding of the narrator suite. Well, as the aesthetic promise of the bazaar, of the bazaar, she is brown figure who both reflects the brown facades of the buildings that line the street and advocates the skin color of romantic image of Arabia that through the narrator's head. Like the bazaar that offer experience that differ from everyday dabbling, Magan sister enthusiasted the narrator with new feelings of joy and elation. His love for her, however, must compete with the dullness of school works. His uncle, his uncle Letnis, and the Dublin trains. Through he promised Megan's sister that he will go to Arabic and purchase a gift for her. These modern realities undermine his plans, and ultimately, the world is deserts. The narrator arrives at the bazaar only to encounter flower, teacup, and English accents, not the freedom of the exiting it. As the bazaar closes down, he realizes that Magan's sister will fail his exceptions as well, and that his desire for here is actually only a feign with for change. The narrative change of her, including the story on a moment epiphany, epiphany but not a positive one. Instead of reframe, reframing, reframing his love is or realizing that he does not need gift to express his feeling for Mangan's sister. The Naruto simply give up. He seems to interpret his arrival at the bazaar as fades into darkness, as a sign that his relation with Magan's sister will also remain just a wistful idea, and that his infatuation was as minguated as his fantasies about the bazaar. What might have been a story of happy, youthful love becomes a tragic story of defeat. Much little disturbing unflinch and feature in an encounter. The narrator is failure at the bazaar suggests that suggests that fulfillment and confidence remain foreign to dubliners. Even in the most universal event of the city, like an annual bazaar, um, and then the tedious event that delay the narrator's trip indicate indicate that no room exists for love in daily life of Dubliners, and the absence of love renders the characters in the story almost anonymous. Though the narrator might imagine himself to be crying through of Magan's sister, through is there as a piece will carry a heuristic chalice to an altar. The minutes we take away through school, dinner, and his uncle borrowing poetic recitations, recitation. Time does not adhere to the narrator's vision of a relationship. The story presents these processions as universal. The narrator is named the girl always Magan's sister. As though she is any girl next door, and the story closes with the narrator imagining himself a creator. In Araby, in Araby, Joyce suggests that all people experience fruitless desire for love and new experience. Um, this story, um, one morning, Morgan's sister asks the narrator if he plans to go to Araby, a doubling bazaar. She notes that she cannot attend as she has already committed to attend a retreat with her school. Um, Having recovered from the shock of the conversation, the narrators the narrators offered to bring her something from the bazaar. This brief meeting launched the narrators into a period of eager, relate waiting and faded tension and acceptance of the bazaars. Um, he cannot focus in school. He finds the lesson tedious, and they distract him from thinking about Margaret's sister. I think that's all um, my opinion about um, Araby by James Joyce, read by a Portis channel. Um, Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.